I mean, it's from my goes top of my head because she does so much on that field of it, and I think we are privileged to hear from her. There is going to be some talk and some questions as well. So, Rita, welcome and thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Chinuba. Thank you, Jogen Uncle. Thank you, everyone in the committee, for inviting me. I was asked to talk a little bit about the work that I'm doing at the moment with Assam in education development for youth and women on the Leadership Forum. So, toward the end of the pandemic, a few of us got together in Assam when everything went virtual around the world to mentor some undergraduate students, so anyone from the ages of 18 to 21 in the Northeast. Most of those Northeast students were Assamese, but they were from other states as well. So it's really from the 7 sisters and 1 brother states that actually came together initially back then in 2021. And we would just talk about topics such as confidence, communication skills, negotiation skills, things that we do on a day-to-day basis in the UK over here, now in my home in the US, and around the world. Just having conversations, having global concepts and different ways of thinking. And one thing that we found from our students in Assam is that, especially during the pandemic, when everybody went remote, they also had the same access to the same Netflix videos, the same music channels, the same most things that students around the world had. The difference was the delivery and the access they had to what to do with that information and the way they were taught. So Professor Jogen Ch Kalita, Uncle, I call him, who actually was at Assam Day many years ago, and his kids are in the UK studying right now. He was a very prominent part of us starting this exercise, as well as Professor Nani Gopal Mahanta as well, who is currently the Vice-Chancellor of Gauhati University. So both of them and Dr. Ranoj Pegu, Ranoj Dada as I call him, who's the current Minister of Education in Assam, 3 of them were very supportive in putting together this leadership development platform. So really the aim of this is to support students and train faculty in a way of teaching. And one request that came directly from the government of Assam is to reduce brain drain. The concept of brain drain. Can anyone here tell me, it's a concept I'm guessing you've heard of. Does anyone know what brain drain is? Why is it a fear for the Assamese government, Indian government as well? Brain drain, yeah? Yeah, the best people leave. So what was happening was that the talented students from Assam would get scholarships or opportunities to study outside the state, outside the country, and then eventually they would collaborate with and give to wherever they're going, and they wouldn't come back to Assam. So that was one request in this leadership development program. So we thought, okay, the first question to ask, therefore, is why are students leaving, rather than just stop them from leaving? So the frustrations that students may be going through as well. So things like timeliness. That was a big issue that students who had left, when we did a survey with them, talked about. Everything happens very lahe. Things happen in its own good time. That can often cause frustration, and that can often lead to some sort of like, you know what, I've had enough, I'm just going to leave. So that was one of the issues that we were seeing that was happening when we tried to tackle the why of this. So what we did was we came up with a 3-step process, phase 1, 2, and 3. And phase 1 was really focusing on some of these core skills that we experimented with towards the end of the pandemic. So everything was done remotely, so we just used Zoom, we used Google Meet and Teams. So anything that was accessible to students, even in rural areas in the Northeast. So we specifically targeted colleges that were from Tier 2 and Tier 3 areas. So these are not private colleges, these are ones that were government funded but don't have resources normally. Most of them spoke some level of Assamese, some spoke Hindi, some spoke English, and some spoke quite a few local dialects as well. So we had to tackle this as a challenge as well, to think how can we best communicate with all of them on this global platform. So phase 1 was trying to just really get faculty members involved as point people from these different colleges to speak in local dialects and translate where needed as well. We did it initially with over 1,000 students. So that was phase 1. Phase 2, we thought, how can we take this one step further? What can we do so it's not just lecturers lecturing to youth, but what can we do to have some sort of a cross-cultural, peer-to-peer experience? So we partnered with other universities in a couple of different parts of the world. So King's College London, where I graduated from, is one of the universities that we're working with. Rosenheim University in Rosenheim, which is close to Munich in Germany, is another one. And there are others as well that we're working with. So University of Southern California, we're working with Harvard University, we're working with NYU, New York University, and City University in New York as well. So these are some of the academic institutions that we're partnering with to give the Phase 2 student interactions. Some of the comments that we've had about this have been incredible. The students they chat about all sorts of things. You know, the topic of the week could be confidence. So a faculty member and myself, we would just have a conversation, then we would have breakout rooms and the students would just chat and then they would discuss things. Some of these conversations would be just on what are they watching on TV, what do they do when they have to put their hand up, what do they do when they don't know the answer, just little things like that, and they would really, really bond. So that was Phase 2. Phase 3 is something that is about to go live, actually currently, right now it's happening because enrollment is taking place. We've formally partnered with Gauhati University, as well as Krishna Guru Adhyamik Vishna Vadyala University, KAV. We also partner with some of the other colleges too. Arya Vidyabeth College, which is autonomous, is another one as well. So that is an actual 2-semester curriculum that students will get credit for that is taking place right now. So those are the 3 phases. This is just a little bit of a snapshot of some of the data for Phase 1. So we've successfully signed over 30 memorandum of understandings with individual colleges. Most of those colleges sit under Gauhati University, some under Dibrugarh University, some under Cotton University, and then some of them are sort of sporadically split between different ones as well. There's a picture of some of that one is actually faculty members that we trained for our program. They're the ones who will be delivering this program to their undergraduate students. In all honesty, I have to say that having taught both faculty and students, it was easier to deliver this to students. Why? Because they're exposed to a lot of AI, modern technology. With some of the faculty members, I would say that we would be playing the fly on the wall. Before we'd go in and train them, we would see what is going on, how are these lectures being taught. So we would just intentionally plant questions where we know the students would have no idea what the answer is, just to see how they would respond. Can they think critically, or will they only respond if they 100% know the answer accurately? So sometimes in these situations, we would see faculty members just turn their cameras off, obviously go to Google or some sort of an AI interface, turn the video back on and recite a professional sounding answer. And then we would intentionally go back on that and dig deeper to say we're not looking for that textbook answer, we're actually looking deeper than that. What's the why behind it? And when we started to open up these sort of barriers, everything broke down. And it was very much of an open system, and the faculty members opened up. They changed their ways as well, and that went in a very, very positive way. That's, I would say, the biggest learning from Phase 1. Just a snapshot of some of our mentoring sessions with some of our students. One of the students in Germany was quoted saying that we may be thousands of miles apart, and yet we are so similar. And that was something that was very touching, actually, just to hear that from the student interactions. And the students are still in touch with each other now. So they chat via WhatsApp. We have WhatsApp groups set up for all of these different cohorts of students, and they're having a great, great time together. This is Phase 3 that is starting up now. So these are just some pictures of some of the official meetings that have taken place in Assam to get to where we are now. This is just a snapshot of where we are today. Over 1,000 students that we hoped we have touched in a positive way, making a difference. We hope that we can spread this to every single student in every college in the whole of the Northeast. So we're working on Assam right now, that's our focus. We want to go outside into different states as well to cover the whole of the Northeast. Once we've done the Northeast, we want to capture different similar areas, similar diasporas of what we have found. One of the biggest challenges that we found with this, other than initially getting people to be punctual, but one of the biggest things was broadband, Wi-Fi connections, network. Every time it rained, there would be an issue. The power would go out, something. So we found ways around that. We would just use WhatsApp, or we would use different chat groups. The curriculum that we have is a hybrid curriculum. So there's asynchronous and synchronous learning too. So we have a mixture of live sessions going to be done in the evening, Assamese time, which is morning, the US time, afternoon within the European institutes taking part, and some recorded sessions. So there's faculty from different universities around the world that we've partnered with that are also going to be partnering on this exercise, and those are recorded fireside chats, as we call it. So those are going to be played in the classrooms. The faculty members are ready, they have been trained, and we're going to be starting any day now. This is just some student feedback we wanted to share. We surveyed everyone at the end of this, and this is just a snapshot of what was people's understanding of leadership before the course started versus towards the end of it. Did they feel that it would positively impact their career choices? We do systematically resurvey our students again. So we do it after 6 months, we do it after a year, then we do it after 2 years. In terms of looking ahead, so we want to really make that difference around Assam, around the world. We want to address the topic of brain drain. Ultimately, we feel this is something that's going to help the economy of Assam. So when the youth are themselves interested in what they're doing in their locality, that's how they can give back. So semester 1 is all of the theory that we've talked about, communications, confidence, business, entrepreneurship. Semester 2 is only case study based on local Assamese-based infrastructure. So it could be the tea industry, the silk industry, oil, infrastructure. We're linking sustainability together. We're working very closely with the UN, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So hopefully, if we interest the students enough, they're not going to want to leave. They want to stay, they want to benefit home. So on that note, thank you for listening. I want to open up to any questions. Got a question at the back?
Sorry if I missed this at the beginning. I was just wondering how the program is funded.
It's all philanthropic. I forgot to mention that. So UMA Global is a 501c3 based out of the US. It's all philanthropic. So all of our professors, lecturers, myself, this is just us giving back voluntarily for our love to help Assam.
I see. Oh, thank you. I mean, really fascinating work.
Thank you.
Yeah.
How did you manage to get people to volunteer their time?
So we just tell them about it. I mean, there's a lot of guest lecturing I do at different universities anyway. So I naturally partner with fellow faculty who are interested in, and they're doing research on international studies or international relations, and they have an interest anyway in that part of the world. And sustainability, which this all falls into, and Assam right now, is a very much of an interest area to a lot of folks, especially in the US. There are departments that specifically focus on India and rural areas. So we target specific areas who we know have classes. It's undergraduate students that do the peer-to-peer work, but we're using their postgraduate students. There's PhD scholars right now who are also helping to kind of figure out, okay, what kind of research, what can we do, planning trips to go over there at some point. So, welcome.
Thank you, Rita, for your interesting talk. I just wanted to ask, how does it stop brain drain? Because brain drain, if you're equipping the students with skills that help them work abroad, and the basic cause of brain drain is lack of opportunity in the country.
So, great question.
Even if they have industries, there's not enough job opportunities.
Yeah, so what we're trying to do is we're trying to create those. So question is, how does it actually help the brain drain? So one of the frustrations is if there's no jobs here, we're going to go overseas where there are opportunities for us. So what we're trying to do is by our semester 2, partner with industry specifically to create solutions. I'll give you an example, so taking this a little further. When we went to Assam, 23-24, we stayed in a beautiful hotel in Tezpur. It actually says internationally renowned, won some travel award. It actually made one of the travel magazines. However, we go to breakfast and it took 40 minutes for one order to turn up. The waiter forgot what we were going to order. Something was going on. The key didn't work. Somebody just didn't figure out. There were 3 of us, myself and my kids, staying in a room, but there was 1 towel because I was 1 adult. So just little things like that. It's a lot of little questions and little issues that are impacting what make people frustrated. So highlighting those in a very case study way, it's a very consultancy-based case study way, almost like a capstone project that a lot of postgraduate students are used to, but not the undergraduates in Assam, automatically gets them a bit more interested in that. And getting industry involved all of a sudden, we want to get their support over time. So, Auntie, this hasn't happened yet, but this is our aim. This is how we hope brain drain is going to be reduced and ultimately removed one day. So that's our dream for this project. It hasn't happened yet. We're just starting now, but that's what the aim is.
Is the curriculum bespoke? Have you guys developed the curriculum for the first semester, or have you taken it from somewhere?
It's completely ours. Unique curriculum. We are partnering with different faculty members, but it's completely ours, tailor-made specifically for the students of Assam and the Northeast. But if we go outside to different states, we'd have to specifically retailor bits of it so it's specific. Yes, Uncle.
Are you getting any help from the government to prevent getting the brain drain?
So are we getting any help from the government to prevent the brain drain? So the government, the only way they can, I guess, help is prevent anyone from leaving the state, which I guess they wouldn't do. What they're trying to help with is highlighting they know that is an issue, Uncle, and supporting the program. So where we try to go to different areas, some rural areas, sometimes we do need to go with the government's permission and help to get into certain areas, getting permission to even go to certain schools and areas. So in that sense, they're helping us to further the program. As we get more into our second semester, so that's going to be from January of 26, that's really the first time we're going to see this actual play out in person. We've done the pilot, very successful, but actually play it out with industry. But it's a lot of hand-holding, not just meeting once with a faculty member or a professor or the minister and signing and taking a nice flashy photograph. You have to be on top of it all of the time. And you have to have people on the ground locally who are passionate and on top of the project all of the time. That's the only way this gets done.
So one of my, I know very well one chap, he was posted in a foreign country to teach English. And he found it so rubbish, and he came back to Assam. But luckily he had lots of land. He started organizing what you call organic fruits, vegetables and everything, and he makes a master of as well. He supplied Gauhati and everything.
Wow.
He is really super. The way he is developing, unbelievable. And he wants more people, young people to join him. And he couldn't find. That is really, I think, government should.
So that would be amazing to try and figure out where he can connect to resources he needs. Yeah.
Yeah, we will take only one question because we are. Oh, there's two questions. Okay, two last, and then you can talk to Rita outside as well. She's here. Gaurav and Vedakshu, please.
So my question was, you said it's in the curriculum, approved curriculum of the university. So that's is a separate course, or it's you get something, a certificate, or is it part MA?
So they get credit. So within their undergraduate degree.
So whichever degree they're doing.
Yeah, in the first year, I think I forget the acronym, but I think it's VAC, value added course. It comes as part of that. So the enrollment starts in August. So they have to sign up for the courses then, which most students do because they want to leadership and global and access to different students. So when they do the curriculum, at the end of it, they will have exams. So we've had to sit with the examination boards, we've had to sit with the NAAC, we've had to go through the entire approval. This isn't something we just, here's the curriculum, go do it. It's taken years to get to this stage.
Did they have some kind of certificate?
So the students have done our pilot, they get a certificate from us. At the end of this, it will be part of their degree. So this is just one of the 2 semesters that will be part of whatever degree they're pursuing. We are trying to argue it's not just people who do commerce or finance, which is historically what they think the word leadership is to do with. What we're doing is putting this in every single degree. Whether you're doing history, an art degree, philosophy, it's part of that as well. So they will get credit for this in their degree.
Thank you.
Vedakshu?
Thank you. First of all, it's excellent, very good revision and inspiration as well. My understanding is that it's purely virtual, is it right, at the moment?
The pilot was virtual.
So
Yeah.
do you have a plan going forward to do some hands-on workshop back in
Yeah,
Northeast?
so we've done the virtual training,
Yeah.
and we've done the faculty training virtually as well. And the actual course itself is going to be a hybrid. So where we've trained the faculty, I will be going myself as well to just help with that, but I've been viewing and seeing the training. There have been Q&A sessions, so I'm very positive that the faculty from the different colleges, so the 30 plus MOU signees, all have 2-point people per college who are very passionate and have been since 2021 at the inception of this, who are now, I'm confident, can really, really help deliver this.
Considering, this is that all faculty members are coming out, like as a voluntary board, what do you see your biggest challenge would be?
So because this is part of their course and it's part of a government-run university, like a Gauhati University, they automatically get it as it's part of their, what are they teaching? They're not doing extracurricular work. It's done during the daytime, their work. It's just an extra degree that's been pushed in. It's just something they're doing as part of their curricular duties, their teaching duties. They get certificates, they had the training for it, so they've had that acknowledgement separately from us. And they have separate acknowledgement from the government to say thank you for doing this. But other than that, it's part of what they do, their work.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.